Marvel Rivals is getting a patch to go with Season 1, and today we're going to be talking about it. We're going to be going over everything you need to know regarding this patch, including buffs, nerfs, new characters, new maps, new rank changes, and some new settings that you can play with. So let's just jump right into it because I don't like to waste any time. If you like that fact, hit like and subscribe. Anyways, let's get into it. So first off, the characters are buffed and nerfed because I think this is what most people care about. Buffs are being handed out to Venom, Captain America, Cloak and Dagger, Storm, and Wolverine. We're going to see whether these characters become characters that you're going to be maining all the time, or if these are just small little buffs and are really not going to impact play too much. Now, when it comes to nerfs, you're going to see some pretty major characters getting nerfed. These three characters would be Hela, Hawkeye, and Jeff the Landshark. So those are those nerfs could be pretty big depending on how they're handed out, especially considering some of these are a lot of people's favorite characters. Next up, let's go over to the new characters that are being added. So characters are going to be added in two parts. You've got characters coming in the first half, so it's going to be right on the drop of Season 1, and characters coming 6 to 7 weeks through Season 1. So the first two characters that are going to be coming out are Mr. Fantastic and Invisible Woman. So these two characters are going to be coming out. They've got some cool things like Mr. Fantastic. His melee attack has a huge range to it. Invisible Woman has some cool abilities. Mr. Fantastic, actually, that looks like the one that's the most interesting because that character is going to be a little bit tanky, but it's not necessarily a tank. So some of the alts, some of the powers, they're going to allow you to be a little bit more tankier with Mr. Fantastic, but at the same time, this is not your traditional tank character. Anyways, coming in the second half, you're going to have the Thing and the Human Torch. So these are sort of cool new characters to add. They're supposed to be fighting Dracula, so I'm curious if that character is going to be added as like a surprise sometime through the patch or sometime through the season, but it remains to be seen. Now, as far as ranked goes, there's going to be some changes to ranked. We're going to have a new rank added, and that is the Celestial rank. It's going to be between Grandmaster and Eternity, so it's a rank that I probably won't see, but it is what it is. Also, ranks will decrease by 7 divisions. So what this means is you're going to see Platinum 1s dropping to Silver 2s, Diamond 3s dropping to Silver 1s, and there's basically, people are going to be dropping down. Your ranks are going to be decaying a little bit, which means you just got to get in there and build it up a little bit more. To go with this, I'm also hoping to do a series where I go from bronze all the way to, well, as far as I can take it, so silver. And I'm just going to go over the things that help me get there because I think that could add some stuff for players and that could help them figure things out because the way you play in bronze is way different than the way you should play if you're top 500. So seeing how someone gets from bronze to silver could actually be pretty useful, I think. Anyways, there's going to be more on that later. Now, let's get into the new settings because that's sort of cool too. There's some FPS improvements and new graphic options that are going to be added, which means we're going to be doing a whole new video on how to improve your FPS. That video that I made has like 20,000 views, so I want to keep things going with that because it's been helping a lot of people, and I know that by the comments. Next up, mouse acceleration will now be something you can disable, and there's also going to be a streamer mode. In addition to that, there's a new match type, and this match type is called Doom Match. So it's 8 to 12 players. They're going to battle on a single map. Each belongs to a different faction, with all factions being hostile to each other. Players earn points by knocking out enemies, and at the end of the match, the top 50% of players by default will be considered the winning side. So this is free-for-all where the top 50% of players win. It's an interesting take on free-for-all. I like a winner-takes-all free-for-all, but it is what it is. New match is cool, it's something nice to add, and I do welcome it. In addition to that, we do have 3 new maps that are coming. All of these maps are going to be set in New York City, but the real estate prices are going to be a little bit lower because we're wrecking havoc. There's going to be Sanctorium, Midtown, and Central Park. You can guess where these maps are all taking place just based on the names, but it's going to be really cool to see, and it's a cool new setting to play in, so fingers crossed that this is one that everybody's going to like. And that's all we've got for the first Season 1 patch. That's going to be dropping soon. Hope you liked this video. If you did, like and subscribe, and until next time, peace.